Welcome to Let's Play Symbiote. After the intro, I will jump to the game itself, but first I was going to say it is the third prize winner of the Indie Game Making Contest 2015. Small description of it on screen. It's a Metroidvania-style platformer starring a young girl attached to a powerful symbiotic life form. It won the developer around $3,500, and as a very big Metroid fan, I could not pass up the opportunity. And it's also free to download. There will be a link in the description. So I'm going to go ahead and jump cut into the game itself. Well, see if I can jump cut. Fun experiment. Beep. Beep. Welcome. Well, I was going to say welcome back, but you didn't go anywhere. Assuming the jump cut worked. If it didn't work, well then we're all in trouble. But I'm going to go ahead and start. This is the menu at the start of the game, as many games have. And this is where it begins. I will go ahead and make a side note that I love the art style. It's got very, very nice fluid movement. I think YouTube might downscale the frame rate slightly. I believe I read somewhere that there was like a 30 frame per second thing, but don't quote me on that. I don't know how YouTube works. Just getting used to the controls. Very nice directional attacks. Always good to see that taken into account. Character looks up and down. There's also a button for moving or running slowly. Okay, that's enough of that. Let's get out of this flaming place. Metroid door. Metroid. Big Metroid fan. Love seeing Metroid-y stuff. Fire, fire. That fire looks different. Yeah, the big A button in the terrain tells me that I'm gonna assume that fire hurts. Let's not find out. Nobody saw that. I didn't totally do that just because I had to find out. Yeah. Conch shell thing. Ooh. Which button is that? It's over. The facility has gone into emergency lockdown and I am mortally injured. Benson's experiment. I don't have the time for a full report. Know that something went wrong. We'll be unable to complete our mission. I suppose I can only blame myself. I lost sight of the big picture. I allowed him his hobby project. If anyone ever reads this message, know that I go to my grave with a heart heavy with regrets. I wish I could have done more. Captain Ezra Wright. Ezra. It's a name you don't see too often. Are you Ezra? Hello, sir. These platforms are slippery. Hello, are you Ezra? Nope. X. 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 Well, which button is X? Well, the door still opens, but there's a thing barricading it. 1 second. Doesn't appear to be an X. Interact, warp, jump, pause, move. Oh. X. Is there an X? Let's hit the X key on the keyboard. Nope, that does nothing. There is not an X button. Oh, there's a mute button. We know Y was interact. That's jump, that's attack. What's X? I would assume X is the fourth button, but the fourth button is not. Oh! Attack. Okay, the one thing I didn't think to do, punch the switch. Amnesia logic. Amnesia logic, for those that haven't seen the Penumbra and Amnesia games, is if it doesn't work, throw a rock at it. I kid you not. Okay, let's go. I'm gonna assume that's a checkpoint or a health thingy. Connor Sutton locked. Sorry. Engineer, locked for emergency lockdown. Guys, we're right, Captain. Locked for emergency lockdown. Whoa, glowy things. I don't know what they do, but I want them because they're shiny. Biologist, botanist, locked for emergency lockdown. So many kicks, but nothing to kick. Geologist, storage, locked for emergency lockdown. Gonna assume that fire is not my friend. Oh, look, a person that's like, who's there? Aubrey, is that you? They both have red hair. I'm assuming they're related. And that's not a joke about red hair. That's just typically hair color, lineage, whatnot, and the fact that he knows who she is. I don't know. I'm guessing. Gadzooks, what happened to you? You're as tall as me. Is she not supposed to be that tall? You weren't playing near the quarantine zone when it happened. My goodness, you've been infected by the symbiote. Slight note there. The word infected typically does not go with the word symbiote. The symbiotic relationship means that both have something to gain. A parasite takes and does not give. Infected would sound more negative, so you'd think it would go more with parasite. But it is often used to go with the word symbiote in games, TV shows. The Spider-Man series is known for it with the Venom and Carnage. Yada yada yada. What have I done? Aubrey, I hate to ask this of you, but I have no choice. Your sister and I are trapped in here. When the symbiote escaped, the facility went into automatic lockdown. The symbiote is growing out of control. It has infected our research drones. The facility is doomed. Our only chance is to leave the planet. We can't reach the escape ship until the creature has been stopped. Didn't you just say I merged with the creature? Is there more than one? Is it a piece of it? I'm sorry, I wish it were me in your position. Your sister is depending on you. Aren't you depending on me too, sir? I love you. Now go. But I can reach right through the glass. Why can't I go through? Where am I going now? Check the map. Oh, okay. Hold down and jump. That's normal enough for a video game with platforms. 12 years in space, jammed into a spaceship with only 4 other people and more machinery than room to move. I couldn't wait. In the days leading up to the expedition, I could hardly sleep. I was so excited. My mind wasn't able to slow down. To think I was one of the people who might end up saving the world. But other than Noah, these past few years have been extremely mundane. As boring as... Other than Noah? Moving on. As boring as you might expect. Makes a girl wish for cryo sleep like in the movies. Clarissa Nova, 5 years into the expedition. Noah. Robotics storage. Ooh. So Noah and Molly got married. Benson got her knocked up after all. Always trying to do the right thing, him. But they hijacked my research drones. Didn't even ask me. He just started reprogramming them to record their ceremony. How many drones do they need to video a wedding anyway, especially in deep space, on a tiny spaceship? Redundant camera angles is all I can think of. Captain Wright officiated. Afterwards, everybody got drunk, except Molly, of course. It was the last of our booze, not another drop for a million miles. I felt pretty lonely afterwards, but my drones kept me busy, rewrote their security algorithms. These newlyweds won't be messing with them anymore. Connor Sutton. I'm guessing that's them down there. Ow! Don't be rude. Ow! I don't know what those gems do, but they're shiny. Ow! I'm not getting the timing right on when to attack. There's a slight swing delay. Then again, in real life, there's a swing delay between initiating a punch and actually hitting with it. Haha. So many shinies. So much shiny. This planet's awesome. There's some kind of natural energy source here that's unlike anything I've ever seen. It's like electricity, but physical. When not being used, it congeals into these crystalline sparks. I've been using the energy to power my research drones. Thanks to this, I can have more active than ever before. I'm running hundreds of them at a time. Connor Sutton. So that's what I'm collecting. Energy sparks. Whoa, blob. Dot, dot, dot. It's blue and green, like my outfit. Suspicious. I have a child growing inside me. We were so not prepared for this. 5 people in space on a mission to save a doomed planet, and I go ahead and get pregnant. Noah says he'll marry me. Not that it matters really in our situation, but it's sweet of him. Captain Wright seems pleased with this development, believe it or not. We won't be at the planet for another few years, and he says a baby is just the challenge we need to keep us on our toes until we get there. As a baby is quite a challenge indeed. Yeah, even the captain's going stir crazy. This is the worst reason to have a child, and the worst situation for it, but still, if it's a girl, I'm going to name her Aubrey. Molly Cole. Ah, so she was born in space, and has very fluffy red hair. I really like that hair. Let's follow the blue thing. No, I missed some. I want those shiny. Wow, that's a lot of lore. Expedition crew manifest. Clarissa Nova, deceased, died before arrival. Not gonna read all of that. Please pause if you wish to. I'm assuming all of these are that. Oh, our ship has successfully converted into a research facility. The atmosphere of this planet is toxic, but breathable for short periods of time. That gives us hope. Still, for the time being, we are stuck within the facility. It's not easy to raise a child in an environment like this, let alone 2. Cramped inside this place, Aubrey's been good. Amazing. June, on the other hand, I worry about her health. This is no place for a baby. We're used to being confined, but it's different than being in space. We can look out and see a world, a thriving world, with mountains and oceans and jungles. We can reach out and touch it, but it's not ours. Not yet, anyway. It wasn't yours at all. You can't just claim things. Contact lost with Earth. It was expected, but still a chilling sensation. We have felt alone for a long time now. Communications have always been unstable and increasingly uncommon, but now it feels more final. We should arrive at our destination in 4 more years. Captain Ezra Wright, 8 years into expedition. I almost said we shall arrive. No, we arrive. We don't arrive. There are a number of potential new homes. My tongue is all over the place today. There are a number of potential new homes for the human race. Our expedition is one of several. Our aim is to study this planet and send our conclusions back to Earth. It is possible that this place will be the future homeworld of our species. 12 years in space, 2 years on the planet, 12 years going back. That's 26 years of my life on this mission, and I'd gladly give 26 more. This is about saving humanity after all. Can't wait to set eyes on the planet. Clarissa Nova, 6 years into the expedition. This one appears to be before the one I just read. Reading them out of order. I'm hopeful. We're gonna save the world. Always knew I'd be destined for something big. Never could bring myself to say it out loud, though, or write it down in words. But let's face the facts here. We're on our way to save mankind. That's something big, if anything is. Humanity's outgrown our little blue planet, and we're not going to stop anytime soon. When a hermit crab grows too big for his shell, he finds another. He doesn't let the shell tell him when to stop. It's not in our nature to stop either. There's another shell for us out there. Captain Ezra Wright, 1 week into the expedition. Ooh, what's this? Upgrade maximum health. I do not have 100 shiny things. But we're almost at the 15-minute mark, so I'm going to go ahead and pause it here, and I will see you next time.